The tale of the cursed marriage explores themes of love, jealousy, sacrifice, and redemption, leaving a legacy of light and darkness intertwined within the hearts of its characters and the village of Odanjo. Now, before we dive into it, please subscribe to Tales of Africa and give this video a thumb. Up or down will be up to you, but please let us know in the comment section below. Ready? The sun rises over the village of Odanjo, bathing it in a warm golden glow. Morning life awakens as market stalls open. The smell of freshly baked bread fills the air, and the rhythmic beat of drums sets the day in motion. Odanjo is a lively place. Vibrant colors dance through the marketplace as traders and villagers alike laugh and haggle, and children play in the dusty streets. This is where Dayo, a young, strong farmer, finds his daily rhythm. Dayo's family owns one of the largest fields of yams and cassava in Odanjo, and each day he works from dawn to dusk. His muscles ripple as he toils the land, his hands rough from years of farming, but his spirit is kind and generous. He is beloved by the villagers, not just for his good looks, but for his humility and willingness to help anyone in need. Despite the hard work, his heart is light and content. For Dayo, farming is more than a livelihood. It is his connection to the earth and the way he honors his ancestors. But Dayo's true joy is Adanna, the beautiful daughter of the village healer. Adanna's beauty is unmatched. Her eyes are large and bright, like the moon reflecting off the river, and her voice is as soothing as a lullaby. She moves with grace, whether she is dancing in the village square or gathering herbs in the forest. Her laughter rings through the air like sweet music, and wherever she goes, people stop to admire her. Since they were children, Dayo and Adanna have been inseparable, their bond growing stronger over the years. They have shared countless adventures, running through the fields, climbing trees, and exploring the forests that surround Odanjo. Now, as adults, their love for one another has grown into something pure and deep, an unspoken promise of forever. Each morning, Adanna walks to the marketplace to help her mother gather supplies for their healing practice. Dayo often finds a reason to be at the market at the same time, their paths crossing as if by chance. Adanna's presence lights up his day, and every moment they spend together is precious. They walk side by side through the market stalls, playfully teasing one another, their fingers brushing as they exchange secret smiles. It is during these moments that they speak of their dreams for the future. A family, a home filled with love, and a life built on trust and happiness. The village is abuzz with whispers of their love. Elders shake their heads with knowing smiles, saying that Dayo and Adanna are like two halves of one soul destined to be together. Women sigh, envious of the love they share, while men respect Dayo for his hard work and pure heart. It seems that all of Odanjo is ready to see them wed, except for Kumi, Dayo's rival. Kumi is everything Dayo is not, a wealthy trader with a cold, calculating demeanor. His wealth has brought him influence and power in the village, and his fine clothes and jewelry reflect his status. Yet despite all he owns, Kumi's heart is twisted with jealousy and bitterness. For years, he has harbored an obsessive desire for Adanna, unable to understand why she would choose Dayo over him, a simple farmer. He has tried many times to woo her with gifts, gold bangles, silk robes, and rare spices from distant lands, but Adanna's heart belongs to Dayo. Each rejection only deepens Kumi's anger and feeds his jealousy. One evening, under a sky painted with stars, Dayo and Adanna meet by the riverbank, away from the noise of the village. They sit close, Dayo's strong arm wrapped around her, as they watch the moon reflect on the water's surface. Adanna leans her head on Dayo's shoulder, and they speak of their future, how they will build a home near the river, where they will raise children who will know the joy of working the land and the beauty of the world around them. Dayo's voice is full of hope as he promises to always protect her, to love her with all his heart. "I cannot wait to be your wife, Dayo," Adanna whispers, her eyes twinkling like the stars above. "And I cannot wait to spend every moment with you," Dayo replies, his voice filled with emotion. "Tomorrow, I will speak to your father. I will ask for your hand, and we will begin our forever." The next day, Dayo approaches Adanna's father, a wise and gentle healer. The healer is seated in front of his hut, surrounded by bundles of herbs and healing ointments. When Dayo speaks, his voice is steady and sincere, filled with the weight of his love for Adanna. The healer, who has watched the love between Dayo and Adanna grow since they were children, smiles warmly. "I know you are a good man, Dayo," the healer says, his voice carrying the wisdom of years. "You have a heart that is true, and you will make a fine husband. You have my blessing." Dayo's heart swells with joy. He rushes to the market to find Adanna, who is busy trading herbs and medicines with the other villagers. When she sees Dayo running toward her, breathless and beaming, she knows before he even speaks what has happened. He lifts her into his arms, spinning her around as she laughs, the whole village turning to see their happiness. The announcement of their engagement spreads like wildfire. The villagers celebrate, drumming, dancing, and singing late into the night. Men shake Dayo's hand, congratulating him on winning the heart of the fairest woman in Odanjo. Women surround Adanna, admiring her beauty and offering advice on married life. It is a night of joy, unity, and love, a night to remember. But in the shadows, Kumi stands apart, his face darkened with rage. He watches the couple with narrowed eyes, his fists clenched in silent fury. All the laughter and celebration feel like taunts to his wounded pride. Adanna's choice of Dayo over him is a slight he cannot bear. As the festivities carry on, a dark plan begins to form in his mind, a plan to destroy Dayo and Adanna's happiness at any cost. Driven by anger and desperation, Kumi decides to seek out Moreniki, a sorceress feared and respected throughout the region for her dark powers. She lives far away from the village, deep within the forest where sunlight struggles to penetrate the thick canopy of trees. The forest is a place of whispers, where branches seem to reach out like fingers and strange shadows dart in the corners of one's vision. Kumi arrives at the edge of the forest, the path before him shrouded in an eerie mist. He hesitates, fear gripping his heart for just a moment, but his desire to destroy Dayo and claim Adanna overcomes his fear. As he steps into the forest, the air grows heavy with the scent of herbs and damp earth, and an unsettling stillness falls over the land. The deeper he goes, the darker it becomes, until he finally reaches Moreniki's hut, a small, crooked structure surrounded by strange symbols etched into the ground and skulls hanging from the branches of nearby trees. Moreniki emerges from the shadows, her form barely visible in the dim light. Draped in tattered cloaks, her eyes seem to glow, piercing into Kumi's soul. She carries an aura of power and danger, and even Kumi, filled with rage and intent, feels a shiver of fear run down his spine. He falls to his knees, begging for her help to curse Dayo and Adanna, to break their bond and make Adanna his own. Moreniki listens in silence, her face unreadable. She enjoys the thrill of chaos, and the thought of meddling in love intrigues her. A twisted smile spreads across her face as she agrees to help Kumi, but she warns him that once the curse is set, there will be no turning back. Kumi nods in agreement, his heart pounding with both fear and anticipation. This episode closes with Moreniki reaching out her hand, beckoning Kumi into her hut to begin the dark bargain that will set the course for Dayo and Adanna's tragic journey. Thank you for being part of Tales of Africa. What do you think will happen next in the story? Will Kumi succeed in persuading Moreniki to place a curse on Dayo and Adanna's love? And what price will he pay for such a dangerous request? Let us know in the comment section below.